Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a flow project on Trailhead called Build a Simple Flow. This will be a fun project to learn flows, and I'm going to be making more videos like this in the future. So their link is in the description. You can follow along with me to earn some points on Salesforce and get some badges. But if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I'm putting out new Salesforce content each week. And let's go ahead and jump into this thing. Now you're going to want to be in your sandbox org. I already have mine open here on a separate tab to do some work. So if you haven't done that already, make sure you got your sandbox open so you can follow along. And as you can see here, we've clicked into the lesson. We're going to be creating a screen flow, and I'm following through the steps here. So if you haven't done so already, let's go ahead and get into Flow Builder. Make sure you're in setup. If you're not, hit the gear icon and get there, and go ahead and search for Flow and then click Flows. And we're going to go ahead and hit new flow, and it already defaults to screen flow. So we're just going to go ahead and hit create. Will pop up. You can add elements, which we will be doing, and we are going to be adding a screen element. So we'll hit the plus sign here to add an element, and we're going to select screen. Now for the screen properties here on the right side, they want us to call this contact info. So put that in the label section. And then when you click out of it or tab, it'll put the API name in there for you as well. And we're just going to go ahead and hit done for now. And now we have the three elements here, the start, the screen, and the end section. And following along with the steps, it wants us to go ahead and save this flow. So we're going to hit save in the top right. And it wants us to call this new contact. You tab or click out of the box and it'll put the API name in there for you. And they are not having us put a description in, but you could if you'd like, and hit save. All right, so now we're going to create a new resource for this flow. So on the top left, there's this little icon here. It's the toggle toolbox. You're going to open that up and hit new resource. Now, under resource type, this is going to be variable, and we're going to name this variable just contact, and that's what they wanted us to name it from the Trailhead section here. And for data type, this will be record. And the object will be contact. You can start typing it and it'll pull up here. And now we are done. So we're gonna hit the done section here. And as you can see, it's listed under the resource section called contact. Now we're gonna click on our screen here and we're gonna hit edit element. And now we're gonna search in the component section and look for name. And we're gonna add that to our screen. You just could click and it pops in for us. We have first name and last name. Now we need to enter an API name here. You can see it's required and it wants us to input contact name in as the API. So now we're going to scroll down here and we're going to select the advanced little drop down, and we're going to make sure this manually assign variables checkbox is checked. All right, now we kind of scroll back to the top here and we're going to make sure we have the first name section filled out here. And we're going to enter in here, we're going to enter contact. And then we're going to enter first name. And we're going to do the exact same thing from the last name. So it's looking at the contact from the flow, and we're grabbing the first and last name. Now we're going to hit done, and we're going to hit save. Now we're going to go back into the screen here. We're going to hit edit element, and we're going to be adding a pick list component to this. And if you click on it, it puts it in here right below this section. Under label, we're going to call this account. If you tab, it'll fill in the API name for you. And we're going to scroll down here on the right side to make sure we see choice. And we're going to add in new choice set. We're going to hit this plus sign. And from the resource type, we're going to we're going to pick record choice set. The API name we're going to give it is accounts. And the object is account. And now it opens it up for us here. And for condition requirements, we're going to change this to none, get all records. We're not going to sort them, but we have some choice labels here. And for the label, you're going to input name. The data type will stay text, and the choice value is ID. And we have a little bit more to do here. We have store more account field values, and we're going to select a few of these. So we're going to input these now. So for the field selection, we're going to put in ID. And for the variable here, we're going to enter in contact, and then we're going to put in account ID, which is right here. And we are done here. So we're going to hit done, and then we're going to hit done again. Now, actually, we're going to go back into the screen. I'm not sure why the Trailhead says to click done twice, because you're just going to need back into the screen, but you know, that's okay. So we're going to hit edit. We're going to add a new component. And over here, you're going to search for toggle. And we're going to add this onto the screen right here. And for the API name, we're going to name this update toggle. That's just the way they have it in the Trailhead. Anytime you have the API name, you can't have any spaces. And for the active label, we are going to input this. It is if the contact already exists, update the existing contact. Now for the label, we're going to copy and paste this in from the Trailhead. And it's saying if a contact already exists, update the existing contact. The active label is update existing. Inactive label is called create other contact. Now under advanced here, make sure that manually assign variables is unchecked, and make sure use values from when the last user visited the screen as well. Make sure that's checked. Now we're going to hit done and save. All right, so now the Trailhead wants us to go ahead and test the flow. It has you go out of the flow, then back into it. But once you save it, you're able to run your flow. So just go ahead and click run. Right now, you can enter in any first name, last name for a contact that you would like. So yeah, Roger test. And then if you select this drop down, this is bringing up the accounts that I have in my sandbox at work. And as you can see, it is pulling in those, which is great. And I'm just going to click one. And then once you hit finish, the flow just runs again. So right now, that's all it's doing. It can accept user input. We receive no errors, which is great. Now I'm going to go back over to my Trailhead environment. I'm going to go ahead and verify to see if I did everything correctly. All right, and we passed the first assessment here. I've decided to break these up into 4 different videos. So if you like this video, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, because you will see the next 3 parts coming soon. I appreciate you watching my video, and I will see you in the next one.